It's a Wednesday morning, middle of the week. It's day number 12 in the month of October 2022. My name is Richie B. Good morning and welcome.
Blessings, Bridge Nation. I know this is your boy Shelz.
Blessings, Bridge Nation. DJ Audley's in the building. Yeah, man. Ready?
Ready is right.
Ready.
Gentlemen, we all ready, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Reggae my song. So much happened since yesterday. Big announcements by the Broadcasting Commission. We'll talk about that later on for sure. And already we're seeing a lot of reactions coming in. There are concerns in some quarters of the entertainment industry, whilst there are many who are applauding the move by the Broadcasting Commission. I've even seen on social media where persons are saying this is just a move that's coming too late. So there are various reactions, but this is a hot button issue that definitely Shelz want to be talking about later on this morning. And I think we have a guest and everything like that lined up who is quite knowledgeable and will help us to dissect the issue.
That's his right.
Did it come as a surprise to you, DJ Audley, yourself, Shelz, when you heard the announcement yesterday? No?
I want to tell you that I was in the middle of shooting the Bridge Chart show.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the type of song no more. But make the top 10 nowadays. So we were in the middle of the show and just like, oh, Zine?
Just off it go?
It just off it go?
Or something like that.
Yeah, what I do now. Yeah.
Well. Because the whole thing of scamming and anything that promotes violence and so on,
drugs,
using of Molly, all of this kind of stuff is now prohibited. So Audley, you're silent over there, but you need to be a part of this conversation because a lot depends on what you
listen.
What you do.
You know me. I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
You know, over here. You know, I'm just lining up the next.
No, we know that go, man. But
yeah, man,
I mean, as DJs and so on. I mean, obviously. When it comes to the radio side of your existence, it seems like obviously greater care has to be taken in terms of what we air.
Right, definitely.
And Bridge Nation should be quite happy that they have people like us around here who understand the rules of engagement.
Definitely. Definitely. So.
I was actually giving somebody a commentary on DJ Audley once, Shelz.
Yeah.
And they asked, how is DJ Audley on the program? And I said, there's one thing I can tell you about him, you know. Them man, they not make nothing escape, you
yeah,
know.
man, that's
no,
before, so
no.
them not play that.
No. Listen, and I would say this publicly. I can't sleep in my bed, bossy. Not.
Yeah.
No.
It's something that we're going to be talking about much more later on, though, so keep it locked. Right now, it's 15 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. We're here to get you up, to get you fed, get you dressed, and out to work or school or play. Time for WTF. What the fact?
All right.
You got it?
Yeah, man. All right. So, big up the Scottish, you know? Big up everybody over there. So, but I don't understand this one, but let's see if it makes sense as we read this one. So, the unicorn. Yeah, man. You know the animal we say every day, don't? Yeah, the unicorn is actually the national animal of Scotland. That is right. So in Celtic or Celtic mythology, the unicorn was a symbol of purity and innocence, as well as masculinity and power. Tales of dominance and chivalry associated with the unicorn may be why it was chosen as Scotland's national animal. Now, with Scotland being famed for its love for and long history of myths and legends, it is no surprise that a fabled creature such as the unicorn is Scotland's national animal. Unicorns have been linked to Scotland for centuries. While the animal is mythological, the ideals it represents are what make it a perfect fit as the national animal for Scotland, and because, like this proud beast, the Scots would fight to remain unconquered. Now, the unicorn was first used on the Scottish royal coat of arms by William I in the 12th century. But by the 15th century, when King James III was in power, gold coins even appeared with the unicorn on them. Now, when Scotland and England unified under the reign of James VI of Scotland in 1603, the Scottish royal arms had two unicorns supporting a shield. Question: I never know, sir. Unicorns represented masculinity. So why I see so much pink unicorn and all them stuff nowadays? This thing And this the Scots want to do them thing about masculinity and a beer pink unicorn and all them something. No, stop it. Although them say real men wear pink, but no, that don't make no sense. I never knew this. Big up the Scots still.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I'd rather a real animal, but you know.
One of them facts
I'd rather
that we
real
thought we'd share. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Welcome, Jody.
I am here. So Kim Kardashian beefs up security. Kanye West catch movie with model Juliana. I think Kim does not feel safe right now. She always not feels, me can't bother. Kanye West has problem with the school where his children are going. He believes that this school is just gathering celebrity children and he wants them out, of course, and Kim doesn't feel safe, and therefore she has beefed up security for her children because I guess she's afraid that Kanye might come and snatch them, which I don't believe he will do.
I do.
You do? You think so?
Yeah, but I would use the word snatch, but the father of the kids. I mean,
yeah.
A joke thing that, beef
up security. But because all he said was that he really doesn't like the schools that seems to just focus on having children who have celebrity parents. It kind of it look creepy.
I understand that narrative, but at the same time, I can understand Kim. If you just ask the question why Kim always so fearful. I mean, I think ever since the robbery thing reached her in Paris, I think she kind of.
But she never beef up security, so until her ex-husband and her husband.
And then at the same time, Kanye with the film mentality kind of unpredictable.
Scary and unpredictable.
But the one thing for as a fact is I don't think he'll ever hurt his family.
No,
Kim or the kids.
So
I don't know. I'm curious to find out what the directives are for the security. Like, don't let my husband, baby father, take his children.
His children are come
or
too
see
close.
See his children.
Yeah, without my permission or me informing you. So
this is like another court thing,
right?
I don't know,
another issue.
Likely.
Yeah.
To be just that.
That's sad though.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But they have to give a little. Each of them, and try to work through,
especially for
in the interest of the children.
And they aren't so young anymore, so they know daddy. Yes. You know what I mean? They I'm sure they'll ask where's daddy a lot. You know what I mean? So I hope them work out that. But onto some good news. In light of all that's happening in the media world right now, Skeng actually earns his first Billboard entry. Thanks to the queen of rap, as we expect, Nicki Minaj.
Skeng.
Yeah, man. So dancehall artist Skeng has earned his first entry on the US Billboard charts with Lick Miss Remix, a collaboration with rapper Nicki Minaj. Now, it's produced by Drop Top Records and The Truth Records, and the song was released on Minaj's greatest hits compilation titled Queen Radio Volume 1 on August 28th. Now, following the release of its official music video on the 25th of September, the song has now debuted at number 18 on the Billboard Digital Song Charts, dated October 15th. Now, during the week of September 10th, the Little Miss remix had debuted at number 15 on the R&B and Hip Hop Digital Song Sales Charts and at number 12 on the Rap Digital Songs Sales Charts. Now, 1 month later, the song has re-entered the R&B Hip Hop Digital Song Charts at number 6 and the Rap Digital Song Sales Charts at number 4, both dated October 15th. So now you know that, I don't know what to call it, the remix is also doing quite well too. So I mean, yeah. So it's a good look.
It's a good look.
So big up.
He might end up with 2 songs. In the Billboard charts.
Yes.
Because Fine 9, is it? Fine 9. Fine 9 is going very well.
Go hard.
Yeah. So
big ups to them.
Big ups to Skeng. It is obvious that he's definitely benefiting from this this
as he should.
Yeah.
Exposure.
But some persons were upset that the ladies, the Fine 9, they were like, but you're taking away from Skeng. I'm like, no, that's just gonna add to him and it make it more money too.
Publishing Sato.
It's good to go. Relax.
That's all I care about. The ladies get representation and Skeng get what him forget.
Exactly.
So, as long as everything good.
All right, so I'm just realizing that the statement that was issued yesterday by the Broadcasting Commission in relation to the banning of songs that, shall we say, or as they say, glorify scamming and the use of Molly and so on, it is coming about a week after the Commissioner of Police had made a statement saying that the JCF will offer no support for entertainers who glorify guns, gunmen, and Molly. Yeah, that came in a statement that was made by the Commissioner of Police around about the 5th of October. I'm just realizing that. And then yesterday we heard from the Broadcasting Commission, who 13 years after they had ordered that radio stations stop playing violent music content on the national airwaves, the state agency, the Broadcasting Commission, has issued yet another similar directive, this time adding the prohibition of the party drug Molly and lotto scamming to the mix. However, the directives have caused a stir among some of dancehall's younger music producers who are arguing that the directive issued for an immediate ban on the playing of music that, among other things, promotes or glorifies lottery scamming, the use of illicit drug Molly, and illegal guns has taken them by surprise. In fact, following the release of the directive, which was issued by Executive Director Cordell Green, Stephen the Genius McGregor, Russian, Not Nice, and Ramesh all voiced their discontent. In fact, the Genius, in responding to a post from the BCJ's directive on Twitter, was quite sarcastic in what he had to say. He said, "Yeah, crime and violence gonna magically stop now. Jamaica, the most sampled place on earth," he wrote. Then, in response to a query from a follower as to why such songs should be on public radio, he added, "No one from the younger generation voluntarily listens to the radio in 2022. So, the move is more of a look, he says, we're doing something more than actually trying to do something. Oh, the move is more of a look, we're doing something more than actually trying to do something. And as far as I can remember, music has always been the reason for everything in Jamaica." McGregor also said the focus will now be on dancehall music, which, interestingly, he says, will give other genres with even more violent content unfettered access to the airwaves. So that is another reaction that has come in. Like I said, there are many who have added their voice to this debate.
Yes.
And I think we're going to be talking about it at 8:30 this morning with our general manager, Mr. Clyde Mckenzie.
Yes, we will.
So that is what we want to look out for, because we definitely want to add our voice to this debate.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm confused, and when you get into the nitty gritty of what is being asked, you can't play. The song cannot be edited. You can't take out nothing. It's like then no music is going to be playing. Because I'm being petty. The fact say we can't play "I Shot the Sheriff." "I Shot the Sheriff" can't play no more then.
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
Right. I'm just saying these little things. I'm not saying that music doesn't have an impact on people, I'm saying why it is that it's always the music that is solely responsible for what is happening in our country. Why can't the people when we need to take responsibility, And to me, it's like you're telling artists that they can no longer express themselves. And the reality is that, yes, this music will stop playing on radio, but where do our young people go? It's social media, it's TikTok. When something goes viral for us to play it on the radio, where it go viral? It go viral on social media first, and then we bring it on the radio and we talk about it and we play it. So no matter what, unless you're going to police the internet as well. So now Jamaica specifically can't play certain things cannot come into our country. We have to do it across the board. It just can't be radio, because then it will defeat the purpose.
On this, I'm trying to find from the statement where they make reference to editing of songs and so on, because
there are some specifics. Actually, Jojo.
There shall be no transmission through radio or television or cable services, including music charts, of any audio or video recording, live song or speech which promotes and or glorifies scamming, illegal use of abuse of drugs, example Molly, illegal or harmful use of guns or other offensive weapons, jungle justice, or any other form of illegal or criminal activity.
Yeah.
And this whole matter of editing is where I wanted to get to. Now, the broadcast of any edited song which directly or indirectly promotes scamming, illegal use of or abuse of drugs, illegal or harmful use of guns or other offensive weapons, jungle justice, or any form of illegal or criminal activity is strictly prohibited. It continues, this includes live editing and original edits, for example, edits by the producer or the record label, and the use of near-sounding words as substitutes for offensive lyrics, expletives, or profanities. To be clear, as I complete this paragraph, the broadcast of a sampling of any song which promotes or glorifies scamming, illegal use or abuse of drugs, for example, Molly, illegal or harmful use of guns or other offensive weapons, jungle justice, or any other form of illegal or criminal activity is prohibited. So they are zeroing in on the promotion of the use of offensive weapons and the use or abuse of drugs. And Molly's mentioned several times in the release, as well as scamming.
Yes.
So all the chopper, the lyrics about can't chop the line.
No more.
They actually make reference to these terms in the release.
Yes, they do.
They're talking about punny line, choppy line, chop the line, chop the line.
Not chopping.
All of those I mentioned. Bang line. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, bang line. Yeah.
Choppings, chopper, chopper phone, banger, banger phone, burner phone. All of these references will not be allowed on the radio based on what the directives are from the Broadcasting Commission. So,
She's not for saying that because she's nervous, you know. Hey, I'm going forward though. I'm looking forward to the conversation that will be happening for the rest of the month, if not the rest of the year, because I genuinely feel like the music is going to be affected. Everything is going to be affected, and it's not that we're saying that we want guns and drugs and all of that to be.
Do you think, though, that there has been too much of a proliferation of or promotion of the violence in the lyrics, as well as the use of drugs and so on?
We're not going to play hypocrite.
Right?
Yeah. Look, when the music video, a joke thing I go on.
Man.
I break my silence now still. Like, a joke thing I go on still in the music, and you see me as a young lover of dancehall. I welcome the move because I see some song youth in a uniform, I promote them things that look good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not. I'm telling you. I'm telling you that it's not going to stop.
They need to revise certain things.
This is not going to stop it.
Nah, stop.
I believe that what is going to happen now, it's going to amplify it.
Well, what's likely to happen is that radio is going to sound different from the dance halls.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I saw a university student last night saying, listen, wherever the music is, we're going to find it.
And that's the reality.
No, but that's the reality.
So we on this end will have to dig deep into our creativity and use what we have to make sure that we maintain and increase our listenership.
The gospel
and whatever works. Whatever works.
There's no issue around here. So.
Yeah. All right. It is something that will be discussed for a long time.
Yes.
Right now it's time for our two features. The proverb of the day, to be followed by the pet peeve of the morning. First off, the proverb.
Let me get into it.
Oh boy.
Finger think, you can't cut it. You can't cut it. You can't cut it, throw away. Hold on there. So finger think, you can't cut it, throw away.
Oh.
Yeah, finger think.
Think meaning the S is missing. So even if you finger think, you can't cut it, throw away.
Yeah.
All right.
I think what that means.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It means you should not cast off a member of your family who gets into trouble. Because when you get right down to it,
you need a finger them.
Yeah, and it's still your family.
I get it.
Blood is supposed to be thicker than water.
So them say.
Yeah. You should not cast off a member of your family who gets into trouble.
Yeah.
It depends on the trouble.
It depends on the trouble. If you're going to cause me trouble, bye. Bye.
So you have certain things. No, man. Okay, I get it.
Think you can cut it, throw away.
Yeah, because you need a finger.
Because at the end of the day,
and you need a family.
I get it. When the news report come out and think, I steal your surname. I get mentioned and people are going to know say your brother and sister.
Quickly.
Yeah.
You know, say, years ago. I was not even fully teenager yet. Somebody stole something from courts in a country somewhere.
Oh, Jesus.
You know the girl name?
Here we go.
The girl named Jodian Beckford.
Are you serious?
You know, say. And from them time, them a certain family member, and you know, some people them from foreign call my mother.
Oh, what you say?
I asked his mother, say, hey, come off of the phone and I'm look a girl in her room.
It was a long time we know Jody, man.
Little girl in her room.
You know what I tell you about my neighbor?
The girl named Jodian Beckford and T from courts, right?
Oh,
And
gosh.
people them
You
call
get the
same
blame.
time. So,
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, finger think. You can't go to throw it still.
I agree with that one. I'm going to throw it away.
All right. Into the pet peeve of the morning.
Quickly, all right. So we know that pet peeve are things that others do or say that might find irritating, annoying, or upsetting.
Yeah.
I have a pet peeve. My thing is that people who don't specify who they hold accountable.
When you say that again.
People who specify who choose who they want to hold hold accountable for their action.
Okay, I never themselves.
Yes. So you know, Shelz and Richie are friends.
Straight.
Me do something wrong,
Yeah.
Shelz will hold me accountable for what I do wrong. But Richie do something wrong, Shelz will skirt around it now. You understand?
Yeah.
Now call out Richie upon him wrongdoing.
Not being fair.
Not being fair about you understand me? That is so
Casting
annoying.
blame.
Selective accountability.
Yeah, selective account.
I made
That's
that
right.
word up. I think I made that up. I don't know if it makes
No,
sense.
it makes sense.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
It is the most annoying thing. I feel as though if you set a rule, the rule is supposed to be for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not. It shouldn't be specific
Friendly.
and a friendly.
Right.
You understand?
When a real friend
That's my
supposed to
pet
can
peeve.
load you up.
Yeah.
man,
I've
I
been
like that.
experiencing that a lot.
Oh,
same.
okay.
Fix it.
Fix it. The month of October, I should tell you, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we can also tell you that for the month of October, here on the Bridge 99 FM, and in particular on Up and Go, we're going to be highlighting stories of women, especially who have survived breast cancer. Breast cancer, if you don't know, is a disease in which cells in the breast grow out of control. And there are different kinds of breast cancer. The kind of breast cancer depends on which cells in the breast actually form cancer cells. Now, this morning, we're joined by Sandra Samuels. She's the CEO of Totally Male Spa. But more importantly, as far as our discussion is concerned, she is a breast cancer survivor. And she's quite pleased to share her story with us this morning. She's no stranger to myself and other members of our team. Good morning, Sandra. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm great. I woke up this morning.
That's right.
Yes, and looking good, Sandra. So nice to have you on the program.
Thank you so much. Another day above ground.
Yes.
It's a great day.
Absolutely so. I'm happy that you're prepared to share with us, aspects of your story. Let me ask you right off the bat, Sandra, when and how did you actually learn that you had breast cancer?
Okay, well, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1999. So that's 22 years ago. Well, November 1999.
Okay.
So that's 22 years ago. So I'm surviving and thriving for quite a long time. And I belong to a group of ladies that reached the recovery that, their years far surpassed mine. I found my lump. Well, I had removed a lump 9 years prior, which was benign, meaning was not cancerous. So because of that, I was told to check my breast every month. Which is what I did. So I checked for lumps, bumps, humps, anything. So one evening I was watching the television and I have a comforting thing that I do where I rest my hand on my chest when I'm watching a movie and I'm deep in the movie. And I was really rubbing my chest and I felt a hump, not a lump. It was not in the breast tissue per se, but it was at the top in the 12 o'clock position on the left side of the on the left breast. And it was the other side did not have a similar hump. I was a gym buff at the time, so I was wondering if it was muscle or whatever. So I called my girlfriend and I say, I feel a little, hump in my chest. And she said, you know what, Sandra, you better go and, make an appointment to go and see the doctor. Sometimes you you delay because you don't really want to know the information. So she made the appointment for me. God bless Andrea. And I went, and funnily enough, I did the mammogram. The mammogram came back negative. Reason being, it was not in the fatty part of the breast.
Okay.
So it was not captured in the film. But because I was aware that there were changes, I said to the doctor, I said, I know it's negative, but I know that there is a difference in the left breast. And he said, okay, put my hand on it. I did. And then he did an ultrasound. He said, okay, I see the mass that you're talking about. And then he followed up with a needle biopsy.
Okay. I mean, obviously, we're looking at you this morning, sounding bright and and so alive. But you obviously seemingly took an approach, even from the discovery right through. You didn't see it as a death sentence, obviously, Sandra. Take us through that what went through your mind when you got this news.
I'm an eternal optimist, right? So when of course, you're disappointed, you're shocked. Initially, you're in disbelief because, at the time I was 35, gym every day, when I'm not gymming or running, not overweight, have, very positive, go-getter, not a negative person. I did not have it in my family, so I was not expecting it. So when I went back and I got the results, I bawled for about maybe 2 days. Me and my girlfriend had a good bawling session. I'm an only child for my mom, so my mom was really not taking it well. So after I finished bawling, I said to myself, okay, this is what I get. Everybody gets something. Everybody gets something. If it's not a health challenge, it's a picnic challenge, it's a something challenge. Yes. So I said, okay, God, because I'm a strong believer in that there is a God.
Yes.
And so I said, okay, I have this. So what am I supposed to do with this now? As you know, I know a lot of people.
Right.
So I said, I guess my job in all of this is to spread the word. So I said, okay, make a deal with you. I said, all right, if you spare my life, I'll do your work. That was my kind of conversation. I had like a real conversation, like I'm sitting down with you now.
Yes.
I had a conversation with him because at 35, they're telling you that you're gonna lose your breast. I was unmarried at the time, no children. So I said, oh my, you start to feel sorry for yourself for a minute. And then he said, okay, this is my road. And so I went to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, he said, okay, you have 2 weeks. No, he said, what are you doing next week, Tuesday? What do you mean what are you doing next week, Tuesday? He says, well, you have to remove the breast as quickly as possible. I said, well, hear what I said now. I'm a businesswoman. I need to sort out the shop. This was like November, coming up to Christmas. At that time, I was selling clothing. So, for me, if you're going to lie down in a hospital and my business is sort out, I go there. So I said to him, I said, okay, give me 2 weeks. So he said, all right, let me put you on tamoxifen, which it blocks the estrogen to your breast. So he put me on tamoxifen first. And he says, okay, I give you 2 weeks to sort out yourself. My girlfriends came with me, shopping, stuck out the store. Then I said, okay, now I'm ready. Went to the hospital, did the surgery. As soon as my eyes were open, that was, I don't know if you remember, they had a Bob Marley concert. It was a Bob Marley tribute concert down St. Mary, where they used to keep Sashi. I don't know if you remember. So I said to my girlfriend, I ready, So that was my first outing.
Wow.
All my girlfriends, that time, you ask a question, nobody tells you no. So, you take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I've been living La Vida Loca. I don't waste time. I don't spend time with people that I do want to spend time with. And I do what I want to do.
Yes.
And I like to say, it might sound morbid, but breast cancer saved my life. At the time, I was a workaholic. I work until all hours at night, 11, 12 o'clock at night, don't take vacations, thinking that if I'm not at the shop will close down. And I took a 180 switch. And I said, you know what? This life, whether you live it or not, is going to pass. So you need to live it. And that is how I've been living for the last 22 years, and very happily so.
Fantastic.
Wow, Sandra, thank you so much for the insight. You dropped many gems a while ago. But if you could have any words for women out there, any advice for women who are currently battling breast cancer, especially young women, what would that be?
Yes. All right. First of all, I want to touch on those who are newly diagnosed, because that is the roughest period. The roughest period is your mindset. You have to have a mindset of survival. You have to say to yourself, because I removed the breast. I didn't say what I did. I did a partial radical mastectomy, which is to remove the entire left breast minus muscle.
Okay.
What I want to say to you is that there is life after breast cancer. The thing to survival is early detection. Early detection can save your life. Breast cancer, out of the 4 cancers that women, the 4 most popular cancers, breast cancer is the highest. So you need to do yourself breast examination yourself. Feel up your breast. Make sure if you notice any new lumps, bumps, if every same time every month, not during your period, you want to check your breasts. Mindset, the people that you surround yourself with, positive people. Have a purpose-driven life. Once you have a purpose-driven life, you find a reason to live no matter what you're going through. So my advice is be proactive, do your checks. If you're below 40, do yourself breast examinations. If you're over 40, make sure you go and do your mammograms every year to ensure that you are on top of your game. So as soon as you find a lump, you do something about it. Cancer is time sensitive. And of course, we're going to say, to try to live as healthy as possible, exercise, try to eat right, a balanced meal, everything in moderation. There's no link to, people say, don't eat meat, don't eat this, don't eat that. I eat everything. Most of the people I know eat everything, but everything in moderation. You're not going to overdo it.
There might be a listener out there right now, part of the Bridge Nation, who, let's just say, possibly just recently heard of a similar diagnosis. Sandra, take us back to what maybe was the most difficult part of your journey, and help us to understand how you actually overcame that aspect of your journey.
All right, I will tell you, and I am not, I am prideless. So I must tell you that the first thing, my thing wasn't death. My thing was, Lord, when I start date again, I'm going to tell this man, say, I have one breast, brother. How am I going to do this? That was, honestly, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yes.
How am I going to explain to a fella who see you like you, think you're hot, you're going to say to him, okay, now, well, here what happened now. I had a little situation some years ago, and, or I just had a little situation. I removed the left breast. How you feel about that? And possibly face rejection. Here what happened now? You have to love yourself. Okay. You have to love yourself and put yourself as a priority. I find initially, maybe there was like one person who wasn't prepared, but after that, and how my doctor explained it to me, women have challenges with men where they have one breast or 2. So it's really a non-issue. So you have to put self first. Make sure that your tank is full. You are very confident. Make your personality shine. Do not apologize for being here, because it's a blessing that we are still here. And as I said before, find your purpose. Do not put anybody in ahead of you. People stress about their boyfriend leaving them or their husband leaving them. Listen, if he was, I don't want to say this on national radio, but if he was before, he was still there. So you understand what I'm saying? So if he loves you, he will be there for you.
Yeah, he'll stay.
And if he is to be with you, he will be with you. As young people, I'm sure that is the first thing that goes to your mind. Not death, I mean, yes, you stress about, everybody here that cancer is, may feel that cancer is a death sentence. Not in 2022.
Yeah.
There are so many different treatment protocols. As I said, early detection is the key.
That is the key.
As long as you catch it early, and I mean that's not for everybody. Let me hasten to say, everybody's road different. Everybody's road is different. Some people might have it in their family. It's very extremely aggressive. Nothing they try works. The doctor, I was on a program the other day, and the doctor was saying, the hardest type to treat is triple negative, but people still survive. So do not listen. Don't talk to people who don't know. That's one of the first things again. People tend to speak to people who don't have the information and give them bad information or negative information, or tell them how much people them know dead and all of them stuff. Try to find the people them who live in. Right? Yeah. Try to find the people who live in. We have a support group at Jamaica Reach to Recovery. We are an arm of Jamaica Cancer Society. Well, we're now a standalone, but we meet every second Tuesday at Webster's Memorial at 5 o'clock. Every second Tuesday at 5.
Okay.
And we are a very robust group. We support each other. We share our stories. We share information as to what is new, what is happening, what people going through, that kind of thing. And if you need to associate yourself with a group like us, because whereas a doctor has all the medical information, we have the backline story. We can tell you what I go on, how you cope, like when you're going through chemo, what is the best thing to do, how you manage the nausea, how you go through mentally, sitting down and talking to another sister who has gone through it helps you to cope. When somebody talking to you, tell you, say, everything's going to be all right, you're going to make it, and them have them two breasts. It not really ring home like with somebody who been there, done that.
Have the experience.
Survive, have the experience. Not that they don't mean well, and not that they don't have positive things to say. But when you are speaking to someone who has been there, done that, gone through it, surviving, thriving, it is more comforting. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You see yourself, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can survive because she did it.
Just like that person did,
I'm not special. I just have a never die way of operating, and many of my sisters have that never die way of operating. Some people get caught up in losing hair. The hair grows back. Losing, putting on weight. You can go to the gym, become a gym rat when you're done. Your skin turning, or your nails turning black, or you're losing your eyebrow, or you're losing whatever else. Listen, all of that is temporary.
Yeah.
That is temporary. To focus on surviving.
Yeah. Sandra,
that's where the focus is.
Sandra, I tell you, I join you in celebration of your victory over breast cancer, and I hope that all goes well for you. Continue with that buoyant personality, larger than life, and just continue to celebrate life.
Can I just plug the breast cancer race at the end of the month?
Yes, go ahead.
Of course.
Okay, so our breast cancer run is the 30th of October. It is at the Hope Gardens. We start at 6:30, and it's a fun run. So whether you're fit or not, come out. It's a family event. It's called Tall Socks and Tutus. So you can get your socks and your shirts at our secretariat, which is at the Toyota building at 93 Old Hope Road. And you can, support us, because at Reach to Recovery, we try our best, because everything expensive, Richie. When I say expensive, I mean millions. So we have to try and help those who cannot help themselves. We can't give them everything, but at least we can try to assist.
Perfect.
And also, every Friday in the month of October is Breast Friends Friday. So I expect to see you in your pink shirt on Fridays for the rest of October. You know, real men wear pink, right?
Oh yeah. I know about that.
Right. So it's just to build awareness.
Yes.
And of course, you know, you'll see the little pink bows through the month of October. But I want to encourage everybody. Breast cancer is not an October thing. Breast cancer is a 24/7 job, 12 months for the year. So you have to be vigilant all the time.
Sandra, thank you so very, very much. You have a wonderful day today, and we hope to see you soon. I'm due a visit, so I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Overdue.
All right, take care. Have a good day. Braintears
Spookie. Welcome, my General, to Top of the Bridge, Up and Go. Morning.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure, man. Our pleasure.
Do you prefer if we call you Braintear or Spooky, or put both together?
Either way, put the other call.
All right, welcome, bro.
Welcome, man. Welcome. No, so right off the bat of the Braintear, how come you get the name Braintears Spookie?
You know, say Spooky was always my artist name, but me and the management team went to trademark the name and realized somebody has already done that, so we'd have to make our one different. So we just add the Braintear to it because people call me saying at the street also.
Okay.
It's different from a brain aneurysm, though, because with a I like your sense of humor, Braintear. Brain aneurysm has to do with like bleeding, like a blood vessel or something bursting in the brain. But he's Braintear. Now, are you trying to send a message with that name, like? Oh, it looks like we lost him on Zoom,
connection.
so we want to get a little bit more into that.
Yeah, when I name the
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, you know, he doesn't have to go to the doctor. I mean, he's alive and kicking.
I want to tell you, sir,
Even though a Braintear.
I wonder, me through October, I wonder if it's Halloween related. You know, more go on. Braintears Spooky, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Check in.
Mad. So yeah, Richie was asking, you know, the vibe behind the Braintear. Is there a message? Is it a lyrical message? What's the vibe, the ideology behind it?
It's more like from a lyrical ability. That because you remember in the time when Popcorn and Busy them I say Atted and Hot Skull and Fry, and the whole of that something there, so we create the name Braintear and run with it, you see me?
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your introduction to music. You know, when did you know, say, yo, an artist the thing there, music the thing there? When did you know that?
Well, I discover my talent from young, but I say around 14, you know, as a community artist, we just go around and a DJ and do a thing. No, we never do it officially. We never get an official record out at that age. But from them time we do the work. I start record when me are like 16. When me are 17, I know a version and we form a clique called Magician Clique and we do a thing. Jamil them and the whole of them. Like we do our thing at the same time, but what happened is me migrate gone of England from 2013, so I just offer the scene from them time and I find a song at England, earth it up, boom, I'm back.
Yeah, man, everything just makes sense from there on. So would you say the journey so far has been an easy one, or are you just do your own thing and stay in your own lane and just do what you have to do?
I wouldn't say it's an easy one. I say the music game rough, only for politics and you know. So I would say it's an easy one, but John never give a man more than him can bear, so we just always have to do. You see me?
I'm hearing talk of a new song that you have called Time Nuh Heal. I haven't gotten a chance to hear the song as yet, but what can you tell us about this single and tell Bridge Nation about it as well?
So that song, I deliver a powerful message, you know. I say time Nuh Heal nothing, it only teach you to live with the pain, which is facts. You know, bad memories in your mind forever. It's not like you can use a rubber and erase it. So therefore you're still not healed. Understand? So time just teach you to live with the pain.
You said it right, bro. You said you're delivering a powerful message, and that is what I'm picking up from that. Time Nuh Heal. Who did you collaborate with on that project for production of that song?
For production of the song, well, me have a personal recording engineer, but we are producing is concerned. I am the producer.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, man.
So Braintears, you find it easier because what I've realized with a lot of young artists nowadays, enough of the artists them really basically do the work themselves. You know, producing, write the music, or perform the music. Do you find it better to do it that way, or would you rather have a team supporting you?
I mean, teamwork make the dream work, but if you have to roll solo for your time, nothing wrong with it.
For real.
Nothing, because before, if you never have a hot song or you never have a big name, you can't get a voice on a well-known producer rhythm back then. You know what I mean? Now you can lease a rhythm. Everybody a build rhythm in them yard now and put it on YouTube, and we can lease a rhythm. So that make we don't have to run down the big producer them. We can lease a rhythm, produce yourself.
No.
Lease?
Yeah, man.
Lease?
Yeah, man. Spotify have a little thing, because you don't really own music nowadays.
Okay.
You can get a rhythm off of the internet and for a short time, and give credit where you're supposed to give credit. I saw you got over Braintears.
That is.
Yeah, man. So,
Interesting.
So Braintears, you know, I have to ask a question because it's a hot topic right now. We saw what going on with the broadcast commission with the new rules and thing, and you know, dancehall like to go feel it, especially on the airwaves. As an artist or come up in the industry, are you concerned by these new rules?
No.
What go on?
We set to own our rules, because sometimes when you follow what people do, it no work. What work for them, no work for we. You see me?
So you say you don't have your way for navigate through.
Don't have my way already. Like from 2014 when I released Earth Up, you know that big song there. With the girl them love it everywhere.
Yeah.
You understand? And them time there I have taken a break from music and sort out some personal things, because you know I England I live, so I have different life. I live here, so when me have to monitor, you understand? So me did take a time off and get back myself on track, and now I'm ready again for them.
Alright, I read that.
Where can persons find you, like on social media and so on, Braintears?
So on all digital platforms, it's Braintears Spookie. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Instagram, etc., etc.
Well, bro, let me tell you something, man. Your name is gonna stand out on any lineup, and your lyrics. I know you've got the lyrics to back it as well, so we know that you're onto a good thing. People will call you Braintears, some will call you Spooky, some will call you Braintears Spooky. One and the same individual, very talented young man who deserves your attention and your support. Good to meet you, bro, and all the best with your music. Here, sir.
Respect, man.
Thank you very much.
All right, one love.
Bless up, man.
Bless up. Roy, you there?
Morning.
Morning, bro. What's up, man? By the way, I was asking you, is that the Mikey Spice that you just played? Encourage yourself?
The Mikey Spice that you introduced and sent to me, all right?
All right.
Let's give props where it's coming from. The Mikey Spice that you introduced and sent it to me.
I would introduce it by saying the one that I didn't even remember that I'd forwarded to you. Yeah, it's a powerful song.
Powerful song, man. And with all that's happening with the Broadcasting Commission in Jamaica,
yeah.
It
Topical issue.
And here's, I have to be careful.
Talk your mind.
And I have to choose my word carefully, because I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
The Bridge is the newest station in Jamaica, and has done so much in
a short
space of time.
True.
Which means eyes are on the Bridge 99.
Absolutely.
So, where I understand what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish, and I do believe that certain things are for radio and certain things are not for radio. I do believe that when these things are put into place, just like we're here in America, when they say that they're going to ban abortions, what happens? People fight against it. People put in an injunction. Why is it that the selectors, the radio personalities, the owners are not saying? Sometimes I think the arm is reaching too far. Like, laws are meant to be put into place, but we can also dispute them. We can also say, you're gone too far now. You know, you're not doing it with TV. And understand this also, listeners, that radio is hard enough as it is. there's so many other mediums for people to listen to music. You think them youth that will do them song, they really care if their song's not played on radio? No. Half of them don't really care. Mm-hmm. Because most of them are not being played anyway.
I see the point. I see the point you're making. The question of whether or not creative expression is being stymied is a serious part of the conversation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But as Clyde Mckenzie pointed out earlier, the fact is, these songs are still going to be made, really. Yeah. It's just that they're not going to be allowed on the airwaves. And we were talking between Shelz, Audley, and myself on air, and we wondered whether or not the artists kind of tarried a little bit too long in a particular zone where they're promoting the scamming, promoting the rude boy culture, to the extent that now they're also somewhat feeling a bit of the backlash coming from the Broadcasting Commission, because I get the feeling that the Broadcasting Commission feels possibly that things are getting out of hand because of the consistency with which we're getting that kind of content. Mm-hmm. But it poses problems to us too, because many times we get a rhythm, Roy,
gosh,
and some of the bigger songs are making certain references that we can't play.
Yeah.
And we don't. But here's the thing: doesn't music kind of mirrors what's happening?
It really does. Yeah, it always does.
So if it's mirroring what's happening, then if something else, because there's fads, I call them fads. Mm-hmm. There are fads that come and go. This fad will come and go, and I don't think that banning it from radio, because again, Richie, be quite honest, me and you not play them song anyway.
Right.
Big man thing. We now play them song there anyway. But again, the competition that radio has now with Twitter, with Twitch, with people playing live on YouTube and Instagram,
Music, all of
the competition that we have. I remember when I was doing Sirius Satellite Radio and the music was programmed. We didn't actually program the music. All we did is come in three times in 1 hour to say, you just heard from Barrington Levy, you just heard, and you press empty voice track and you jump to the next voice track.
Okay.
And I said to them, like, to compete with free radio, because remember you had to subscribe to be Sirius Satellite Radio.
Right.
If we're going to compete with free radio, we can't play a song till you hear it done, and then the next song come on, and then it's done, and then you hear DJ Roy, whoever's on the station, say, you just heard this, you just heard that, and then, so if you're competing, we couldn't compete.
Yeah.
And then finally they said, okay, Roy, let's do some mixes. It took a while. It took me a year to get them to do mixes on Sirius Satellite Radio. But again, radio is also radio and party is also party, but there has to be a balance.
There are a few artists, and there are some that will maybe go the route of doing a radio version and also a raw or street version. I mean, I know Cartel has done that, and a few other artists have done that. Many of them might not even bother to do that, frankly speaking.
Yeah.
Because that takes some work.
Yeah, but it's a conversation I have with artists too. Like, while you're in there, instead of me having to bleep it or rewind it, just put a word that I can use on the radio.
Roy, I fully agree. Listen, I am fully agreeing with you with that. You understand? Because I have heard it. We have heard it, You know, Richie said it. I mean, you have radio versions which just totally not suggesting anything of the sort. No words that you have to bleep out.
You mentioned bleeping a while ago. Audley just did also. I raised that point earlier when we spoke to Clyde, because I think the Broadcasting Commission is basically saying if even when you bleep words or a phrase from a song, the context is still there, suggesting
they're attacking context now.
Then you still can't get through the cracks with that. Although, these words would not have gone out on air. But what about a song? What about a song that just uses a slight transgression in it.
But
it's not making reference to scamming or so on.
I made a reference yesterday in general conversation, gents. Because we know Yaksta is all about the farming.
There you go.
Right.
And we know Yaksta somewhere down the line going to mention something about cutting, chop something. Poor Yaksta now have to say you can't say the word, word anymore?
I was just going
Well,
to
we all know what
I was
we're
just
talking
going
about.
to mention Yaksa because there's a song, Asset.
Yeah.
You can play Asset because in that song he mentioned, right, that he had a one piece.
Oh yeah.
But
Something like
what
one
he's
strap
saying
bag,
in the song is that, yo, him get up.
Yeah.
You know,
so
because
Context now again.
Yeah.
Context is a
right,
serious
look at the
thing.
Context.
right, and that's the only thing in that song.
Almost like they own the transgression.
Right.
It is sad that it's come to this, and I do believe there should be governance. I'm all for it, but sometimes like I'm petrified to play dancehall into Jamaica. Me.
Without the experience.
And I'm not even talking about the new dancehall. I'm talking if I'm playing Joyride, if I'm playing Sycamore Tree. I am petrified to play songs, dancehall music into Jamaica.
The decision affects also 90s. I can tell you that, right?
Of course
Gosh,
it does.
man. Yeah, man.
Of course it does.
Definitely.
So don't act like I just a youth them.
No.
A real thing.
Yeah.
man.
And to put some context to it too, this has been happening for a long time. I mean, we know Roy that songs like the Heptones is Fatty Fatty. that was a banned song for a long time in Jamaica. We might also recall later where Chuck Fender maybe has his biggest song in his catalog, which was Gash Them and Light Them, and
boy.
we remember that also was banned by the Broadcasting Commission, but went on to become such a monster hit. I think it is the biggest song from Chuck Fender's catalog. And the artist fraternity are taking note of these developments. And I suspect they might not be motivated really to try to focus too much on radio, which means that radio, in a certain extent, stands to lose some of that creative energy that is out there.
Yeah.
Although we're not promoting the fact that we should try in any way to endorse.
Of course not. No,
right.
Of course not. Yeah.
No.
But you know, if the artists are not going to be even inclined to sort of clean up some of these songs that are extremely popular on the streets, then it means that what our output is going to be impacted, right? As radio stations.
Yeah. And listenership.
Yeah. Which is at the bottom line. Yeah.
And advertisers.
Oh boy.
As well.
Ripple effect.
Most importantly.
Oh boy.
So I don't know. It's going to be challenging times ahead, and we'll have to try to find a way to navigate.
Well, we will.
Because you know at the
We
same
will.
time,
We have to do it.
We're not going nowhere, you know.
Exactly.